Hey. Welcome back. If you are here, first and foremost, let me go ahead and share the live stream link. Let me share the link here before I even go any further. Let me share here. And I am going to pin this link. All right, cool. So this stream is just like the back end where I just wanna, if you wanna come up, let's just chop it up for a second. You know, let's just have some fun. Let's just chat. All right. And here we go. I'm sorry, that. I am going to do this. I'm still trying to learn StreamYard. It's funny. I thought I would have known it by now. I thought I would have learned StreamYard by now. Wasn't aware that I'm still a rookie. All right, welcome. Okay, here we go. Wonderful. Good. We going. Thank you so much for checking in. Everybody who's checking in so far, if you're here, just drop a one in the chat. As I mentioned before, it's just a random chat today, random talking points, random chop up session. We just want to have some fun. I just came off from a live stream where I spoke for a couple of minutes about the Will Smith situation. So if you're here and you want to talk, you want to chat something, put a comment in the chat so we can tackle that topic. You know, truth is, there are so many things happening right now that, you know, it's kind of strange sometimes when you think about it. Especially since my channel is geared towards the upliftment of young people, both males and females, but to a greater extent to help young men to understand themselves in a better way. My channel is geared towards the upliftment of people, young men specifically, in that way. And for that reason, if there is anything you want to chat about, let's go. Let's have that conversation. And with that being said, I'm actually going to just speak on something that has been happening here in Jamaica for a while. One particular event. Now, I speak to a young, oh, wow. Hey. Oh my Lord. Now I feel important. I'm gonna have to let me do this. I feel so important. How are you?
I'm doing well, and you?
Oh, that voice again. How's your day been? What kind of mischief you been up to today?
Not no mischief. I'm
I
just
mean,
trying to get
I was just
Tuesday.
I was just on a live stream with the guys, and they were saying, "Yeah, I mean, you've been in trouble. I mean, there's very little
They
you can do."
lying.
Yes.
They lying.
There's very little you can do to help yourself. You
They
just have to give trouble.
they are lying.
Yeah, yeah. So, what are your thoughts though on the whole Will Smith situation? Because I saw the interview yesterday, and
Mhm.
he did seem to be sincere. However, just I'm just not getting it. I think there
Yeah.
is something else afoot.
Um, I saw the whole video. I did see the whole video. I wasn't able to catch everything on your last live, but it seemed like he he was sincere to me. It's just, what are you doing so you can get back on the right track, so you can make the money that you need to be making, and you can have a better outcome for yourself, your family, and other people, because now a lot of people don't respect you because you did that, and you can't take that back regardless.
And that is why it is so important that you have to think before you act. It's really, really important.
Yes, absolutely.
You have to think. You can't just go out there and, because I believe what he did was an impulsive action. It was really impulsive. And the challenge that I have is the fact that he seemed to be enjoying the joke. He appreciated it for a
Yes,
joke.
yes.
However, when we saw that his wife looked at him a particular way, I
Mm-hmm.
believe that he had a challenge, like he felt like he had to act. Guess who is coming up? Guess who is coming up? Guess who is coming up? Guess who is coming up?
Oh boy. The one
Oh
that
man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
oh my god.
Now we're having fun. Now we're having fun. Oh
What
man,
you want?
so
What you mean? What I want? Listen. I have come to bring thought-provoking conversation.
Okay, okay.
I am merciful and kind. Always remember that.
Oh my god. Don't believe that, y'all.
I am a good God King.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I believe you 100%.
Wow. Wow, okay.
I believe you're a good guy. I believe you're a good person. I have no reason to believe otherwise.
Yeah. Unlike my evil twin,
Who is your evil twin? What evil twin?
you.
Not me.
Well, well, you knew it was you. That's why you said it. That's why you said, "Who is your evil twin?" You know that was you.
Uh-uh.
All right. So go ahead.
So
Continue with your thought. I wanna get your take, because I kind of want to look. I kind of looking at things a little bit differently.
okay. So I mean, so Amethyst, were you finished what you're saying?
Yeah, I have to agree. He was enjoying the joke, and once he saw that look from Jada, it was like, oh, I gotta do something. I gotta do something, because and it was on TV, and it was on national TV. Like, he should have never done that. He acted on his emotions. You should have never done that. He didn't think what would happen after that, the domino effect of what would happen after that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to emotional intelligence. I believe emotional intelligence
Yeah.
plays such a big part. Is what you're about to do, is this the right place to do it?
Yeah.
Because I believe that there are other ways that he could have handled it, and he would have come out the bigger person.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think, Ty?
I honestly believe that yeah, I agree with you. He was enjoying the joke because he laughed. But I think he misread Jada's body language because Jada to me didn't seem like she was offended. She seemed she was more like annoyed and thought that the joke was
Mm,
lame, which it kind of was. But
mm,
um, I think he was trying to prove a point to Jada that hey, I still love you even though we're going through this little thing right now because I think they did have an open relationship when it came to August Alsina. I just think that he didn't expect her to fall in love, which is what she did. Because something
mm.
because anytime somebody starts cheating, there's a need there that's not being met.
True, 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 true. However, though, I think you spoke to something that's very important. You said he may have misread her body language, and I believe it's the first I've heard someone say it like that. And
Yeah.
even looking back, I kind of get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from because in reality, it can be read as she was not upset per se because it was a lame joke. It was an okay joke, but I don't think it was a great joke for the because it was kind of insensitive. The joke itself was insensitive, you know. For those who understood, G.I. Jane, and I think she was about to do G.I. Jane or whatever the case may be, or she would be a good candidate for G.I. Jane. But I think it was poor taste, and but even if he misread her body language, though, to escalate from 0 to 100, I mean that is my challenge because I would be okay if he had even sat down and said, get my wife's name out of your mouth, shouted it, sat in his seat and shouted it. I thought that this is something that he could explain. He could meet him backstage and say, I didn't appreciate the joke. I think
Mm-hmm.
my wife was offended, and I think you need to apologize. So I believe if he had left it there, then there would be some arguing credentials, some arguing points for his action.
Well, I'm under the philosophy of if you make an offense in public, you need to apologize in public.
Mm.
So I feel that if he did do that and he was gonna apologize, that's something that should have been made public.
Okay. So no, I'm talking about from if he had if Will Smith had, let's say, shouted and say, okay, take my wife's name out of your mouth without taking any further action. And then he had went to Chris and said, okay, bro, I really didn't appreciate that. I think we need an apology. Do you think Chris would then still be expected to apologize in public?
Considering that they were all friends, I mean, I would think I wouldn't. He doesn't owe an apology. He was just at work doing his job. But considering that they were all friends, and if Will addressed it like that, then I would just, for me personally, I would just, in order to save face and to salvage the friendship, I would I would offer an apology.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I think that's fair enough. What do you think, Amethyst?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Ty. Um, I think that's fair. I think it's fair. I do agree also, hey, if it was done in public, apologize in public because
Okay.
you offended the public as well, you know. And
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
yeah.
What do you think about the questions that they asked during the interview in the apology, though?
I I think a lot of things were left unsaid. So it's like we don't really thoroughly know what's going on because yeah, do Chris Rock have that say like, no, I don't want to talk right now about that. Yeah, he do. and you can't be mad at that. And the other questions, it's a lot of things that was left unsaid. Of course, it was a lot of things left unsaid. Everything's not gonna be out in the public, no matter how much we want it to.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And I think he went on to mention that he has tried to reach out to Chris, and apparently he's not ready to talk as yet.
Yeah.
So I think there is even that you have to appreciate that he may feel a certain sense of betrayal. He may feel a certain sense of that he was humiliated in such a way.
Yeah.
You know, because his brother, I think his brother went on a rampage about it. His brother is really upset, and he was, because I think he is more outspoken. And checking even into Chris's background, I think he's coming from a space where he was bullied. So we can understand the effect that this can have on him, you know, on a personal level.
Yeah. The triggering, you know. Yes, both parties were triggered, but who was the victim in this? Chris, of course, because yeah, he was assaulted.
Yeah. What if he had retaliated though?
He
Do
wasn't
you
gonna,
think
he wasn't going to retaliate right then and there. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah,
right it's
because
too
of
much,
the setting.
too much money on the line.
Yeah, I got agree with that,
yeah, but that's the thing though. That shows the difference in thinking. One person is thinking as a, you know, he's reacting to being hurt or being, you know, whereas the other person, because trust me, I think you would search long and hard to find another person who would have taken it the way that Chris did. Regardless of the situation, regardless of the fact that you're on an international stage, I think very few people would have reacted in that way.
He wasn't gonna he knew who he can get away with that with, because
yes,
he wouldn't have been able to get away with that with. You think he would have did that with Cat Williams or Jamie Foxx? Man, no.
And other people was talking about The Rock, you know. No, absolutely not.
Yeah. So so even though we're thinking he just retaliated, I think some thought went into it again, because he's saying, okay, this is someone that I know I can do this, and he more than likely will not retaliate. Because if it was someone else who would definitely retaliate, you know, this guy comes to mind. I think Dave Chappelle. A lot of people said Dave Chappelle. If it were Dave Chappelle, there would be a throwdown.
Oh yeah.
Did you see what happened to the other guy? And then Dave was like, "Oh, he's over there getting stomped."
Yes, exactly. I saw that. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think he got a couple of broken bones, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you get. You're trying to run on stage and trying to, you know, trying to make a statement. You're not making a big enough statement.
Yeah. I mean,
you're not. Now all you did, you embarrassed yourself, you got beat up, and you're possibly facing charges. So
yeah.
You can't just go up and start swinging on people.
Yeah. And I think in the case of Will Smith, what it did, I believe it more than before put his family life under the microscope. Whereas this may be something that he did not want to expose a particular way. I think he has now put his family life, his personal business, I mean, how his kids are raised, how his kids act, the situationship between him and his wife under the microscope. Now, everybody who didn't have an opinion before now has an opinion, because this is like the spark to, you know, it's got like a ripple effect. No, this is a start, and everything goes out from there. So everything that he thought he wanted to keep private, even though as stars you don't really have privacy, he has less privacy now. So I believe it, you know. I don't know though, man. I don't know. I think he could be, I believe he could be sincere, but you know, No,
I
not
think
not.
he's sincere. I just think he was I think he was cracking under pressure, and he felt the need that he had to show his manhood, especially, you know, eh, your business being out there and another man rocking your wife, and she like praising him and
Mm-hmm.
and telling you telling you your game is trash. His ego was bruised.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I don't think him acting that way would I don't think it was feminine. I think like I said before, when men escalate, they escalate to the point of violence. I think he was a little bit more angry and emotional, and his anger was a little bit misguided. But I don't think he was feminine.
Yeah. It's just you there's the thing where what I learned called resilient zone, where yes, we're gonna get knocked out of our resilient zone, but how do you go about it? What are the situations and the things you do in those certain situations where where you act appropriately getting out of your resilient zone. Now, and that's something you need to go to therapy for.
That is true. That is true. But Ty, you mentioned something just now, man. You spoke about your wife telling you about her sexual escapades with this young guy who is in his peak form, and he's ravishing your wife and she's telling you about it. Man, that should do a number.
Mm-hmm.
That does a number on your psyche.
Yeah.
That's so disrespectful.
Well, yeah. And then it's like, but I mean, you know what? There's some men that are into that. There's some men that just people got all kinds of kinks, you know. And you in there with a woman and you hear a cough in a dark shadow, and it's her husband. And he's like, "Oh, go ahead." And he just sits there with popcorn. People got all kinds of kinks. I don't think this was it.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And I believe she used him and the situation to get more notoriety back there on social media and whatever, because I think she had the red or purple table thing. I believe she used him and that story and that narrative to get herself, back in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Oh
But
yeah.
I think
man,
so too.
man, you mentioned people having kinks. So there's a particular resort here in Jamaica where swingers go to.
Yeah.
And I had the opportunity to be there at one point. And a lady came to me and she asked if I was going to the what they call a playroom. Now I have no idea what it is, but we were having drinks and I said, okay, fine, I'll follow you to the playroom without having a full understanding of what it was. Anyway, she told me where on the property it was, and then she said her husband is going to be there. Now, when I presented to the playroom and I got a better understanding of what it is, I'm like, I'm fine. I'm good. I must apologize. I'm good. It was that kind of place where you they want he wants you to have your way with his wife and he wants to watch, and I'm like, that's a bit strange for me. So I mean,
Me too.
people have
a little stroke shy. I can't do that.
exactly. But to have your wife though telling you about it in detail on social media, that says a lot as with regards to how much she respects you and the regard that she has for you.
Yeah.
And I mentioned a video that came out where apparently she felt like it was a good time to start recording. And his body language and his tone of voice showed so much defeat.
Yeah.
So much that he was in submission to her. He basically was crying out for help. I think it would be a good idea to not record me in my house. No, girl, put the phone down.
Mm-hmm.
Put down the phone. Where you going with that? It's about knowing time and place. Time and place is very important.
Right.
Knowing when is it appropriate to do certain stuff. And there are some things that are very inappropriate. And I believe going into any marriage, any long-term relationships, the hard questions have to be answered first. The tough discussions have to be had. Love is not enough. It's not about love alone. Because love is not going to take you through the hard times. Regardless of what people want to tell you, the love is not going to take you through the hard times. Because when you're stuck, there are other things. What made me want to be in this relationship? If this person lost an arm and a leg today, how do I still show my commitment? If we are going to be unable to, let's say, have sex, we're going to be unable to go out and chill. The beauty that she had before is quickly fading. Do I still, is there anything else, her personality and all of that, that can keep me attracted to her? So I believe sometimes the hard questions are not answered in many relationships.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But people don't like that kind of conflict these days. They don't, because they're worried about the other person's feelings and all this other stuff. It's better to have that tough conversation early than to let something fester and blow up in your face.
Exactly. Because if you don't deal with it now, you're gonna have to deal with it later when there are more complexities. Kids may be involved. You may not be married, so there are so many other things to consider. How about divorce? Is it big enough for divorce? They would need to go to counseling and stuff like that. I mean, many of us are running headlong into something that we don't fully understand, and that's a challenge. Many of us run headlong. She's hella fine. I want her for life, but she can't wash, cook, clean. She can't make your house feel like a home. She needs to be partying every night. And on the flip side, with the females as well. Sometimes she likes him for the car he drives. He's rich, and all of that. He can splurge on her, but there's always a trade-off. And what's that trade-off? So many times it can be emotional, physical abuse, and all of that.
It should not be that way for the trade-offs.
Right.
Exactly.
And I mean, that's why it helps to date smart. And me personally, I test people. Whoever I'm interested in, I test them and see what they're about. And if they can't, if they're not up to what I want them to be, then you just got to move on.
Exactly. But the thing is, some people make these trade-offs themselves, because sometimes, especially in the early part of the relationship, this for the most part is the infatuation stage.
Right.
And during the infatuation stage, it's like there's nothing the other person can do wrong. Whatever the other person do, it is the best thing you've ever seen in your life. Because you're going through this infatuation stage. So this is a time when you need to have these hard conversations, but it's also one of the most difficult times to have these conversations. You literally have to have your head on your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always say, you know what? For me, it's like I see beautiful women every day. I'm like, what else you got?
Oh.
What else you got?
I'm a thief. What else you got?
I just know from what I'm seeing with my peers, it ain't it. It ain't it. very disappointed. And then trying to look up to the older women, you know, that to learn, it ain't doing nothing. So it's very frustrating, especially trying to date smart. I don't have nobody I trust to vet a man. I don't have nobody, you know. So then, you know, I can't learn anything from usually the older generation of women because they ain't being truthful. They not being upfront. They're not being. They don't have good intentions.
You know why you can't get help from the older women?
Why?
Because they're your competition. That's why.
That's a great point.
That is exactly why. That is exactly why. Because the same persons you find attractive, it's the same persons they find attractive. However, you have a leg up on them because you have youth and you have your beauty to your advantage. So they want to hold whatever advantage they have over you, which may be experience and a little bit more knowledge of the dating world.
I can see that, especially when they say, "Oh, you should wait and learn yourself." I'm like, "What? No, I don't have no time to wait."
That's
And
right.
so that ticks me off a lot. Like, "Oh, you need to wait." No, I know what person I am. I am very confident in my skills and honing in to date smart, as Ty said, and be in a serious relationship. I'm very serious about it. I don't need to wait no longer. No, I
Yeah, well, I
refuse
mean,
to wait.
yeah, but you gotta. I mean, you have to put yourself out there. You have to get out there. You know, because for men, it's almost like for us. Many times it's quantity over quality. Because even when it comes to seeing ladies on the street, a man will catcall a million girls, just about everybody that walks past, and hope it sticks to one, and one will stop and give him the time of day. Whereas when it comes to women, it is more quality over quantity because most women have that one man that they want stuck in their mind and say, okay, this is a guy that I want. And you basically filter everybody else out. Nobody else counts. You know, it's that one guy that you would break the rule for. Let's say you have a 90-day rule. There's that one guy you're willing to break the rules for. So that is a difference, I believe, when it comes to men and women dating.
Okay.
You're right. Because
I,
you know
I
what?
I agree with that.
Yeah. But some people, hey, you know, if you can't get yourself a 10, get yourself 5 twos.
Exactly. and that is 10.
Oh my gosh, yo.
Yeah. 5 twos 10.
Oh,
Didn't they teach you that in math?
oh. Not in this situation. Hold up. Ty, really? Don't be saying that. Not five
What?
twos.
What's wrong with 5 twos?
They're a two. They are a two.
Yeah, but you got 5 of them.
Oh my god.
You get you 5 of them. You get you a couple of plastic bags. There you go.
Plastic bags for what? What are the plastic bags for?
One for her, one for me, just in case hers come off.
All right.
You know, this conversation is funny because it's like a conversation I had last night on another platform.
Mm-hmm.
And a question was raised, which is worse? A woman that has what was it? Has had one partner but 100 sexual encounters for the year versus 10 partners and one encounter with each for the year. Which one would be worse?
The 10 different encounters one time, that's worse.
Exactly. And that was my point as well. You know, so because I
May
mean,
I ask as a woman, why is it worse? I'm just trying to figure out how men think.
So
okay.
in my opinion, it has to do a lot with being able to pair bond. So if you've had a lot of encounters with one person, so let's say you got married to your husband, you were a virgin, y'all had a lot of sex every day, and then like he passed away. That's not the same as you out here in these streets, you throwing your pH balance off with all these different dudes, because they got, they didn't ate fried chicken and didn't wash their hands before they went up in you, that sort of thing. When you're just with one person, you've been imprinted by one person, and you're able to bond with that one person.
Mhm.
But when you start giving yourself out, you start dishing yourself out like a deck of cards. Eventually, there's nothing for you left. And so, like, if you look at women that have had like a lot of partners, they have this like particular look about themselves where they look lost.
Because the imprint.
It's not. It's no. The imprint only happens like once, right?
Okay.
But each time you sleep with somebody, a part of you goes with that person. And so, like now, if you got like 1,000 partners, then it's hard for you to kind of bond to one, because your body's gotten used to instead of eating what they call a mono meal, your body's gotten used to the buffet. And so you're eventually going to get tired of going to the same thing, and your body's going to start calling for something else.
Okay.
Yeah, it also comes back to when women have a sexual encounter with a man, usually there's an underlying factor, whereas some men can just, as we always say, have sex without any feelings, just have sex for the physical urge of needing to have that release. Whereas women, on the other hand, sex is something different for them. There are studies that say that women fall in love through sex, and it comes down to the hormones that they release during the activity itself, which men don't release. So when you have had someone who has had that experience with a line of guys, when it comes to you, not only are those 10 men competition for you, because she's going to say, okay, who did it best? So you're competing, number one, right? And the ability to pair bond with you is going to be different. It's going to be harder for her to see you as someone special.
Okay.
Because whoever she had it with, there was a reason for that. There was something special that she saw in that person, why she gave of herself in that way. So, it's like a question that some people would ask, what can you, as a woman, what can you give to me that you have not given to anybody else? What experience can I have with you that no one else has ever had, that no one else has ever experienced? Because when it comes down to it, men value purity. Men value a woman that everybody else wants, but he's the only one that has ever been there, or he's one of 3 or 4 maximum that can say, as opposed to you're walking on the street and you can bump into a random guy who knows all about the woman you're walking beside. So it may sound primitive, the thinking, but our brain is still quite primitive. Many things that we think, the way we think, hasn't changed much in the millennia that we have been here.
Okay.
Yeah, so most men still want that feminine woman that, you have some movies back in the day that shows the woman, let's say we call Western movies. We call them Westerns, with the cowboys, and the women would normally be so, many men still yearn for that woman that waits for him when he comes from work, that, waiting at the train station when he comes home from war and all of that stuff. Many yearn for that woman.
Okay. Got it.
But the thing is, I think someone did it. They did a program on this the other day that says the hoes are winning.
Dang.
Which they're not.
Yeah.
honest with you. But
they're not.
There's a because they're not. No man. We just got through saying that we value a woman that has less partners than a woman that has more partners. Yeah, to them, to the girls that's getting left out, it may look like hoes are winning, but hoes are not getting wifed up. They're just getting attention, and they're just getting screwed, and they're not getting wifed up.
Yeah, and it comes down as well to the way that us as men, how our mind works. We can have sex with a woman and there's nothing behind it. Sometimes I don't know if you have ever had it where what we call a post-nut clarity.
Yeah.
I heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what happens after you like, oh, you just bust, and like, you're like, dang, what the heck did I like?
Exactly.
Then you're like, oh man, why did I bust in this one? Then you're like, oh man, I hope the rubber didn't break. And then like you hoping and praying that she ain't pregnant.
Exactly. And you're calling her every other day just to hear her say that, her she has seen her monthly. And when you get that text, this just happened, you're like, hallelujah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what many of these people, because yes, they are getting a lot of sexual partners. They are running up their mileage.
The transmission about to fall out.
So exactly. So when they are ready to settle, the man that would be willing to settle with them, he's going to have a challenge, because she's going to be judging him based on all the bad experiences she's had before. She's going to be unable to pair bond in the way that he would appreciate. And the challenges, there are so many challenges, because if she's used to 3 and 4 different guys for the week, and she is to settle and say only one, it's going to be a hard adjustment for her. And he's going to see it. He's going to see it in her actions. He's going to see it in her response. He's going to see it just based on how the relationship is going. And he may in turn start to lose interest. And when he starts to hear things that have been happening, he's going to be looking and saying, I am the fool.
Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is, the reason why they may say that the hoes are winning is because of the fact that the ones that get wifed up, you don't hear them coming out here and cussing and complaining, and about men and all of that. Most like in your case, I mean, you just do your thing, and that guy will turn up. You vet him properly, and he seems to be perfect for you, and you continue on your merry way. Many women are out here cussing and the patriarchy and all of that. I need to be a boss bitch. I need to be this, that, without understanding that this in some ways works against them. And while they're adding baggage and they're adding, as you mentioned, running up the mileage and all of that, challenges increase. You have me here for almost 45 minutes.
At least we really not trying to be like Wally.
We here messing around with Amethyst. So Amethyst, when will you be doing another project?
Well, I am done for my summer courses, so that is done with. I don't know how. I'm not totally sure how my fall classes are going to be looking, if I'm going to be doing assignments. I think it's going to be mostly book work, so no projects but we don't know. We don't know, because I had when I did the cosplay assignment, that was mostly book work, so I don't know.
So more time to party, huh?
Yeah, I'm really about to start partying at home. I'm partying at home. I'm partying at home.
You finna be outside.
I tried to go outside today. Plans were canceled.
Oh, you tried to go outside. So are you saying that you're literally locked in your house for the most of the day?
Yeah.
She's on the
That's
she's on the church 6 to 7.
I only go outside to exercise. That's it.
Yeah. How about basketball? Yeah, that's no more.
I played a little basketball, but that's when I was going to school. I'm not
Okay.
in school no more. I might go play basketball. I don't know. It's no competition, so I get bored.
What do you mean no competition?
She thinks she good. She thinks she should have played in the WNBA, but
That is not what I'm thinking.
the truth of the matter is that they really don't want to play with her because she don't play nice with others.
That is not true.
Okay.
I do not know what's going on.
She's a single girl. Are you a single child, an only child?
No, I have 2 other siblings.
Yeah, but she's the only one by her. She's over there by herself now. So.
Okay. She don't play nice.
Nope. Absolutely not.
Okay.
That's not true.
I mean, she seems like a relatively nice lady.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you.
Oh, God. Don't.
No, I'm saying she seems like it.
Oh, like I am. I
am. Okay. Well, I mean, I think he knows you more than I, so I mean, maybe there's something that
I do not know me like that.
I'm telling you, I feel your energy. I can see you. I feel your energy. I know everything about you.
No.
Okay.
All I want to do is go outside and exercise and come back home and do what I need to do, work, whatever.
And one of those introverts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be outside.
That guy's not gonna come into your home and find you,
I wish.
You're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go there.
Break in the house now. They may not be looking for you, but if they find you there, hey.
Oh my God. No. Look, I get it. My thing is, why should I be looking in this state when I'm about to move to another state in less than a year anyways? So I might as well just wait until I move and then start being outside like that. That makes sense to me.
If you ain't out, you need to be outside right now practicing. Because if you get to your new state, you may go outside for a little bit, but after a while, you're gonna stay in the house.
Exactly.
Wait.
And you may be staying in the house based on his instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's not happening no more. Again.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, maybe he thinks that it's time to, pass his legacy along. That's why you're gonna be in the house. Silence.
I'm gonna wait till I move states, Then I'll be outside like that.
Okay.
I'll practice a little bit when I can.
You're gonna be practicing on your pickup lines?
Ah, yes, I got to practice.
You gonna show a little leg?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Shouldn't take you too long then.
I might buy a handkerchief or 2.
There you go. Drop the handkerchief. Yeah, there you go.
Do that. Do that.
I think I caught the vapors.
So Amethyst, so let's say you drop your handkerchief and you see a homeless guy breaking his neck to come and get it for you. I mean, let's say that there is this guy that you're walking and there is this guy in a suit, you know, well put together. You walk past him and you got a whiff of his cologne. He smells really nice. He looks really good. You know, he has a nice car key. He seems to be on his journey. You know, and you shuffle past him a couple of steps, and you drop your hanky, and he's on the way to pick it up, but then this homeless guy just basically pushes him out of the way, grabs it and hands it to you. And what would you do?
I say thank you.
You're not gonna let him sniff?
No.
What?
No, I will take that as a failed attempt and keep it pushing.
Okay, so you wouldn't use one of your pickup lines on him?
I don't even have no pickup lines. Honestly, I need to start formulating those.
Oh man, you're lame.
I know exactly.
You've been in the books and out of the game.
Look, I've been out. I was a homemaker, a housewife. That's it. Yeah, I've been out of the game. What else do you expect?
And you see the funny thing? These are the kind of ladies that the men want. Like the men who want to settle down and have a long-term relationship. No, these are the kind of ladies. These are the kind of ladies we want.
Wife, but she got to have something to do, because you know what happens a lot of times with these stay-at-home wives. See, there's not a lot of time in the day like it used to be. You know, a stay-at-home wife is not, you know, taking a scrub board and washing clothes. She putting them right in the washing machine. You know, she not drying the clothes and hanging them up outside. They putting them in the dryer. They really don't even have to vacuum anymore. You get you a Broomba and pick that thing up, and that thing just goes. So there's really not enough time in the day to be a housewife like it used to be. I mean, there's more than enough. So you gotta be creative and find something for her to do.
I disagree with Ty. Yeah, wholeheartedly disagree with Ty.
Why?
Because it is, even I was surprised, it's even so much more to just doing laundry and vacuuming, and then you gotta take care of the children. Like that, it's a lot. It's a lot. Then make sure cooking, you know. What about his food? Is he gonna do lunch today? Do I need to get up earlier than he do?
Do you cook from scratch?
You say what?
Do you cook from scratch?
Honestly, in my last marriage, I really didn't have to cook like that. He did most of the cooking.
Okay.
Were you, did you work as well? Were you both working, or
I tried to work? He wouldn't let me work, and I needed to work.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I was willing to work. Absolutely. I probably work a hot second, less than a month, and he'll want me back. He will want me back. He'll tell me, quit or don't go. And I quit or don't go. Just to preserve that, you know, just to say.
How do you view that, Ty? A man who just doesn't want his wife to work.
Well, if that man doesn't want his wife to work, that's, you know, who am I to say, okay, she really needs to work? But I'm saying, for me, see, I have no problems being a full traditional husband. But one thing that we never address is that women that want to be traditional wives go into a marriage with debt, and traditional women don't go into a marriage with debt. So, you know, you got a woman, she's got like 2 and 3 degrees. How much student loan debt do you have?
Right now, $12,500.
No, that wasn't for you to answer.
Oh,
that wasn't for you to answer. But what I'm saying is, we don't look at that. We don't look at that. We don't question that, and that goes back to the hard questions that we need to get with and start asking.
That's true. That's true.
That's a great point to bring up. And it's also come to with stability. If I see that we're not stable, yeah, I want to go work. So I can help out. Yeah, we got to figure out the daycare situation. I don't know. That was my first time being a mom. But I do know we need additional income.
And let me tell you a story. There was a girl I was talking to, and she had 2 kids, right? And she tells me, hey, if we get together, would you mind if I stay home with the kids? I said, okay, how many kids you gonna give me? Oh, well, I can't have no more kids because of this, that, and other. So I'm like, you want me to marry you and let you be a stay-at-home wife to your kids? I was like, oh no, that's not gonna work.
Mm.
That ain't gonna work.
That's a tricky situation, bro. That's a lose-lose.
Yeah.
That's a lose-lose.
Yeah.
And so, how can I say this? I'm not of the narrative of being against a step parent. I was a step kid, and if you got good step parents, they can be almost as good as real parents. Now, let's just be truthful. No parent is ever going to be treat you as good as your own, biologically. But, I've had some pretty good step parents, from the grandparent level on down. I've had some pretty good step parents experiences. Now I know there are some people out there who had some pretty bad experiences, but I'm not against it. My thing is the respect needs to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not just, treating me as an adult, but if I'm the man of the house, I expect to be treated as the man of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And especially if you don't have kids, let's say she's coming to a relationship with and she wants to be a stay-at-home mom and she has 3 kids. You have no kids as yet, and you have intentions of having kids, but she's saying she doesn't want anymore. That is that will be a challenge for the man.
Yeah.
Because I mean, where are you gonna get your kids? And every man, one of his basic instincts is to ensure that his genes remain in the gene pool. It
Right.
is as basic as that. It is as important as eating, shelter, drinking water, or breathing.
Right.
Ensuring that your genes stay in the gene pool, because this is how you live forever.
Yeah.
This is how you live forever. With your genes in a gene pool, you're technically still alive because your traits remain, the things that you teach your children remain, your values remain in the gene pool. And this is why it is even so important to have active fathers in the kid's life as well.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. Like, even I gotta say, I can't be compared to the single mothers because my daughter lives with her father. So I don't want to be compared to the other single mothers that usually their child is living with them. So yeah, I do kind of have an upper hand on that.
Yeah, but trust me, your situation is unique and more appealing. Okay, so it would be easier for you to find a partner in your situation than maybe 90% of the ladies out there, because in most cases the kids stay with the mother. So in your case, you have the freedom to say, okay, there will be no baby daddy drama,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
exactly, you can know that there will be no drama there, and you are in some ways free to give all of what your next spouse will be wanting. Coming with an understanding, okay, she has a child, the child is not present in the home, but we can make arrangements to exactly how it works. And the child living with the father, I believe, is a very good thing as well. It's a very good thing. That says a lot about the father. That says a lot about the man that you chose in the first place. So,
Yeah.
There was some hesitance there. There was some hesitance, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't care what nobody say. I'm always gonna judge Amethyst.
Oh my God.
All my life I had to fight.
Oh,
oh my God. She he's got you. He's got you. He's got you. You know what I think? You know, and I'm gonna end on this note. I'm gonna end on this note.
okay.
You remember in primary school when you were in what you would call in grade school,
Uh-huh.
and the girl that liked you is the one who was always pinching and punching and messing with you.
Love hits.
Sometimes the girl that you like, that is also the way you show your love and affection for her. You punch her, you make fun of her. Whatever she says, you're always like, trying to call her out. You always throw her under the bus. That, to me, is a sign of something brewing.
I think
Stop
Mr.
it.
Nimbar throwing
Listen
shade
now.
at you. Oh God, my stomach.
Have yourself a wonderful evening, folks. Thank you so much for joining.